Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're gonna talk about how to become a digital minimalist. And my name is Jens. I'm a 90-year-old guy from Belgium and I've been interested into the minimalism and especially the digital minimalism topic for quite a while now. So I will talk from my own experiences in this video and I can tell you quite a bit about this topic. So stay tuned, watch the whole video and you'll get to learn a few facts about this topic. Okay, so my goal for this video is to inspire other people that want to learn more about this topic, since I am passionate about this myself and I hope that I can help you in some way. So basically nowadays we all spend quite a lot of time with our technology, with our phones, with our TV, on our laptops and so on. And I think that we can spend that time in a different way as well, instead of just like mindless scrolling and being online all the time and getting ourselves distracted. And I think the online world comes with a lot of disadvantages too, like self-hate, loneliness, but also dangerous challenges. Like there's this choking challenge now going around on TikTok where people choke each other until they pass out. And I don't know why this is a challenge, but that is ridiculous in my view. And I think there's more negativities coming through social media. But I don't only want to base on this, because I think social media also has its positive side. I think it's helping to connect people around the world that don't see each other often. And we can take so many pictures and keep all those memories on our phones, and we can look back at them whenever we want, and we can just like entertain ourselves easily. So I wouldn't say there's only disadvantages to social media and the online world, but there are some that are causing a lot of harm to our world and our society, and I just want you to be aware of that. And if you're interested on minimalizing your phone use, then I just want you to explain what you can do and how you can do this. So first of all, let me tell you about my story. I think a few years ago I was just so interested about this topic myself, and I don't know, I just looked a lot of videos online myself, and it was always nice to have other people doing it before me and seeing how they did their journey. But basically I changed to a dumb phone, this small blue Nokia phone. I was like 27 or 28 bucks in the store, but I changed to this phone for 1 year, and you can see the whole journey on my YouTube channel as well. And that was the first thing that I did with digital minimalism. I just switched completely. I think I deleted first all the apps that I didn't need anymore on my phone, and my phone became less and less useful for me. And then the transition was easy, but of course our phones have very convenient things too. So then I changed back to my smartphone. But in the meantime, I've never had a BeReal. I deleted my Facebook, I deleted my Instagram, I never had Twitter before. So these are things that I can talk about. I wouldn't say that I'm never gonna download any of these apps ever again, but for the moment I don't have them on my phone. And it's always been interesting for me to learn about mental clarity and having more focus and rest and less worries. And I think minimalizing my phone use has definitely helped me with that. So yeah, that's my story basically. And I've, by the way, all the notes here on my laptop. So if you're seeing me looking at my laptop, that's because all my notes are on there. But anyways, how I think that digital minimalism can benefit you. I think first of all, digital minimalism will bring you more rest, peace, focus and overview. And I think it's really because we get to connect with ourselves again. We will have less distraction on our phone, and we will be more aligned with the person who we are, since we're not listening to other people's opinions the whole time, or we're not entertaining ourselves with, if I can say it this way, shit that doesn't really matter. At least some of the content is like that. I think you know what I'm talking about. But I just feel that you're just gonna be more into the real world and more tuned in with yourself. And I think this will bring you more clarity and focus for yourself, and it will make you feel more aligned. Then second of all, I think you will become more productive. So I think if you want to get more productive and you actively want to do this, and this is a goal for you, then you can definitely achieve this by minimalizing your time on technology and screens. And I think this is just simply because you will put the time that you would normally put into technology into your goal, whatever that may be. Then of course the biggest one I think is that you will have more time in real life. So you will probably connect more with the people around you or with yourself, as I just said, and probably you'll do stuff that you haven't done before in a long time. And maybe you're also gonna be more involved in conversations with people, because sometimes when I'm looking around, and I do this myself too, I'm not blaming anyone, I'm aware that I'm doing this too, but I think when you're in a conversation with somebody, it's sometimes too easy to get distracted and check a message on your phone quickly. And I don't think this is kind of polite to the person that you're talking with, since they're putting their interest and their focus on you and you're just like checking other people's messages. And I get that you're doing this, but honestly, it's not really polite, and I'm aware of this myself too, and it's something that I want to work on too. So now that we've looked at my story and how I maybe can talk out of my own experiences, and also how digital minimalism can benefit you, we will now look at knowing your why. And I think it's always very important to know why you're doing something. So first and foremost, I want you to know why you're interested in digital minimalism and why you want to implement this in your life, basically. Is it to spend more time with your family? Is it to be more productive in some way? Is it to see less of other people's opinion? There's so many reasons that you can get involved with digital minimalism, and I just want you to write down on a notebook why you're choosing for digital minimalism. And this will be convenient in the future too, when you're like distracted and you want to use your phone more, then you can always look back at why you are deciding this. Next, we're gonna have a look at our phone. So I want you to look at all the apps that are on your phone and just see how many you have. So count them. It's very easy to do that. Just take a few minutes, count all the apps that you've got, and also the ones that are on your phone by default. I just want you to count all the apps and see how you feel about this, and if you have any goal in this. Like sometimes you want to just like reduce the number of apps that you've got. I don't know, it's not really logical because the numbers don't represent the apps, of course, but maybe the number will be so high that there will ring a bell in your head and you'll be like, oh, maybe it's a bit too much, or maybe I can cut down on a few apps maybe. And I think one important factor here is also look at the ones that you actively use and the ones that you don't really actively use. See what's very important in your life, and then see if you can delete a few apps already. So for me, my planner and Notion are apps that I use quite a bit, and also Strava when I go for a run, or my school and public transportation apps, and of course my YouTube and YouTube Studio app. I think these are all apps that I use quite a lot, as well as Snapchat and WhatsApp and Spotify. So I think just have a look at what you really use a lot and just see and be honest with yourself on what you can cut down potentially. And of course, we're also gonna take a look at our screen time. So the past week, I had an average screen time of 3 hours and 20 minutes to be precise. And I think this is already a great goal for myself. I wanna get down to 3 a day at the most, but it's individually, it's like for everybody something else. But I just want you to have a look at your screen time and be honest with yourself if this is something that you're happy with or not, and if you want to reduce this or not really, and how you will do this. And something that really helped me in the past is to really get an app that counts your screen time, and it will also be notified 24/7 on your notifications, and this way you will always have a look at the amount that you've spent on your phone that day. I'm telling you, it can be depressing sometimes, but it definitely helps you to be less on your phone, trust me with this one. I'll put the app here or down in the description, whatever. So now that we've had a look at why we're doing digital minimalism and what our phone looks like right now and how we use our phone in this very moment, it's important to set a goal. I want you to tell that it's very different for every person. I really want to emphasize this. Digital minimalism is different for everybody, and I think some people will use their phone more than other people, and it's not a bad thing. Maybe you really use your phone as entertainment after a long day of work, and you will use Instagram Reels, for example, as entertainment, whereas other people use it so much that it's very destructive for them. So every app individually is already very different for every person, and I just want you to be aware of this, that there is no standard goal for everybody. It's just personal, and I really want you to have a look at your why and your goals, and then set a goal for yourself. And for example, there's people that use their phone for work a lot, so then of course, I mean, you're not gonna get under 2 hours of screen time a day for sure, you know, so there's exceptions too. Then there's 2 more points I want to touch today. So first one, how to reach your goal. Let me get you a few examples on how you can cut down on screen time. So I'm just gonna go over this quite quick because there's so many. So first of all, set time limits on apps. I think it's good to set a limit on an app that you use a lot, but this is dangerous too, because I know that you can adjust them anytime you want. So I know it's still easy to get access to the app that you set a time limit for, but it's a way that could work for you. Then of course, delete the apps that consume a lot of your time or affect you in a negative way. Be honest with yourself and really reflect on what is important and how this app benefits you. For example, for me, Instagram was really nice to have like my reels as an entertainment, but at a certain point it became a little bit too much, and I was just honest with myself and I said, is this really contributing to my life in any sort of way? And I said no. Maybe this will change in the future, but for the moment it isn't. Also, turn off your notifications. Then you really have to go to the apps to see if you got any new messages or if anything changed, and you will not get notified every single time you get a message, because these notifications will take you immediately on your phone. Make sure to organize your phone. I think this is also a very good one that can help you. It will give you a perfect overview on what apps you have, and this will make it easier to see what is on your phone and what your relation to this app is. So put them in different maps. I've got one for productivity, I've got one for social media, I've got one about all the Google apps and so on. And I think this will really give you an easier reflection on what is important for me and what is not. Put your phone on flight mode, or the other one, I don't know what it's called in English. I think it's not bothering or something like that. Put your phone in another room and leave that in there and just go somewhere else, and then it's harder to get to your phone, and then you can choose the moment that you're getting to your phone again. Another way that could work is to delete an app every time and then download them again whenever you want to use them. This is going to make it very hard for you to actually go on the app, and I think this is, for example, as well a great way for using Instagram. So if you're distracted by Reels a lot, then delete the app, and every time you want to watch Reels you have to download it again, and then the barrier becomes a little bit bigger, and it's maybe going to be less interesting for you to watch these Reels every time. You can also make a rule with yourself to not have any technology or phones in your bedroom or your bed, and this is also a way that could work. That's just an agreement with yourself, and there you have to be honest too. Then set a screen time goal. I think this is also a very interesting one. Every week will be different, of course, but this way you will always have a look at your screen time and maybe see where did I go wrong this week, how can I adjust. You can also get yourself a minimalistic phone like this Nokia dumb phone, but there's also new minimalistic phones on the market, or get the minimalist app. I think you have to pay for this one though, I'm not sure. I haven't tried it before, but I've heard great recommendations about this one, and it will just minimalize your phone, and I think this might help you too. And the last thing that could help is to remind yourself of why you're doing this and what is a good amount for you. So always have a look back at your notebook and see why you're doing this adventure, and see if you're still happy with your why, and see if this really means something to you, and if it does, then it will automatically affect you in a positive way. The last thing, guys, how to fit in all this extra time that you've got now. Of course, spend a lot of time with your family and friends. That's something I'm always telling you guys. Please spend time with your friends and family. I think they're very important, and I think it's just very important to appreciate the community around us. Of course, it's always nice to also play more games, or to cook, to read, to create videos like this, or to just tune in with the hobbies or the things that you really love. And I think you will just realize yourself like what you want to do with this extra time and how you can fill this in the best way possible. And of course, it's not a magic thing. Like, it's not that you're cutting down on phone use and instantly you've got like 10 more hours in a day, you know, like we all still have 24 hours in a day, but I think it can really help you in some way. And if you cut down a bit, it can already do so many good things for you. And of course, again, this is something personal, but I think that it can help you in some way, and you will just feel what it does for you. And if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, and then maybe you're not the person for digital minimalism. But I think if you're interested in this and you really want to try it out, then you should try it out. With this, I've said everything that I wanted to say. I hope that you understood my point of view, and that this learned you something, and maybe it inspired you in some way. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I love that you were watching this video. You can always give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and also I will see you soon with another video. Thank you so much for watching, and love you all.